And Woody likes the crooked cock.
Size of
Kyle,
you and
like after like a week, sort of. We didn't like fall off of plan or anything, but it's just like we kind of just stopped monitoring your shit after you got like peaked.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to since?
I've been adding like 100 calories a week and continuing with like the workout program. Right now I'm eating like 2,800 calories a day, something like that, 2,900. And I think I weigh like 194, something like that right now. So definitely added some fluff back on, but I'm getting like results again in the gym because throughout our whole like weight cut, we're really stagnant, almost everything. I didn't really lose any strength. Like occasionally I'd have like a day where it's like, I was a rep short here, or like I had to take 2.5 pounds off there. Like there was a little, like tiny bits of strength loss here and there, but you'd make it up the next week. It would be right back.
So your lifts, like mostly during the huge cut, kind of plateaued, and it was more just like maintaining your existing muscle, make sure you don't lose it while cutting all the fat. Right.
Yeah, like in those pictures when I'm like the black and white one, like the final pictures when I'm like super duper lean, that's the muscle that I built over 8 months. That's 8 months of like muscle growth and followed by 3 months roughly of cutting, more or less. And
that's one of the main differences between the TRT versus not. Circling back to your earlier question, Woody, too, is during that point where he's just like maintaining strength, he's like holding all of his muscle despite doing like upwards of at the end of it, like an hour of cardio, you doing like, 2,400, 2,500 calories, working out hard, losing essentially like very minimal amounts of muscle. Whereas a natural guy, you're losing a decent amount in both areas, which is like, that's the biggest disparity between the two things. But anyway,
one fun thing Derek doesn't know, like, so Kyle would check in with Derek on his progress, and Derek would give him feedback on like what to change, what to do differently and stuff. And he's like, if I don't weigh this amount by Monday, Derek's gonna make me do more cardio. I have to fast.
Be like,
I don't think I talked about it on my live stream. No. But like that's another part of the weight cut that I just completely forgot to talk about on the live stream. So like we're taking like calories out of my diet every week or every 2 weeks or something like that. A few more calories are falling off. Basically what we're doing is like, all right, if we go from 3,500 calories a day to 3,400 calories a day, let's see what just happens, after a week. And it's like, oh shit, we lost 1.5 pounds. Just everything else stayed the same. Let's see what happens next week. Well, next week, if we only lose 0.5 pound, we probably need to pull a few more calories out. So slowly over like months, more and more calories are falling off. And more cardio is happening. So fewer calories, more cardio. And like, if the results aren't there after that next week of weigh-ins, it's time to change one of those numbers. And it's a lot like for like maintaining that muscle and maintaining the strength gains and stuff, the cardio, adding more cardio seems to make more sense than lowering calories. Plus it's a lot easier. Like I'd rather run an hour than eat 100 less calories today. Like
a lot of people don't realize how much food matters. Like they think, okay, it's the exact same thing between lowering calories or increasing cardio. Like why would I do cardio when I can just lower my food more because I don't want to do more exercise? Fuck that. In reality, the food, again, the micronutrient like components of it are like signaling molecules to then help you retain more muscle. So even though you're expending potentially the net same amount of calories, having that zinc intake or having this intake or having enough iodine or whatever it is, these things are going to help you build or retain more muscle in a deficit potentially than like when you're doing more cardio versus just like killing your food intake. So that's why you would do like a careful titration of both accordingly based on your results, but it's not just like drop food to fucking nothingness and just keep cardio at zero. Like that's not really going to work.
Yeah, I don't love cardio. I don't think anybody really does.
That sucks.
But after a while, you kind of get into a groove with it.
Dumb people.
And like toward the end there, I'd send these two like photos of like the digital readout on my exercise bike. And I'm biking like 20 miles every day. I'm knocking out 20, 25 miles sometimes, like in my living room. And I'm just sitting there drenched in sweat, just a few more miles. And Derek says I can stop.
I would always reply with something encouraging because I want to be a good friend.
Yeah.
But it's a photo of an LCD readout that I've never seen, means nothing to me. Like the time meant something. I could tell what that meant. But
I'd send like a photo back of deli meats or something.
Yeah, or I'd be like I mostly did elliptical. I did elliptical for the first 2 months, I'm gonna say, and then that last month when it got up to like 45 minutes and then an hour a day of cardio, all of a sudden it just made more sense to like my music wasn't enough to take my brain off of the torture anymore, and I really needed a TV to like watch a TV program and zone out into it while I kept like pedaling and kept my heart rate where I wanted it. So I just like took my exercise bike and just sat in front of the TV in my living room and just pedaled. I'd wake up, get on that motherfucker and get it done. I did not enjoy it.
Twitter question.
I ended on that note. I love the
That was
wordplay.
the best shit I've ever heard.